Hello everyone, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. Today we are going to have the Hindu newspaper analysis dated 19th of August 2023. In today's newspaper analysis, we are going to cover many important articles from the editorial section of the newspaper, and also we are going to cover many other articles also. Along with this, we have also included some questions for discussion, so we are going to discuss those questions also for the prelims and mains exam. So with this, let us start the discussion with the topics. Let's see the topics that we are going to cover in today's discussion. So these are the list of the articles that we are going to cover. So in this page, we have mentioned 6 such articles that we are going to discuss. Apart from this, there are, let's say, 5 more articles. In all, we are going to discuss about 11 articles today, right? So let's start the discussion. This is the first topic for the day that we are going to discuss. It says, a fab way to conduct India-Japan diplomacy, okay, tech diplomacy. So now we need to understand, this particular relationship between India and Japan, right? So this particular topic is relevant from the viewpoint of international relations, okay? So in this topic, we are going to understand about India-Japan relation, and that too the relation in terms of technical diplomacy, okay? Diplomacy means a kind of, let's say, diplomacy is something that powers foreign relationship. So India plays its diplomatic role with its, let's say, friendly nations in a very, let's say, good way. And India and Japan have been good friends for a long time. And if I talk about Japan's, let's say, industry, Japan is a developed country, and it has, let's say, semiconductor sector which is very much developed as compared to many other countries in the world, right? And India is aspiring to become a, let's say, manufacturing hub for the world in semiconductor related activities. So in this article, the author has talked about that, how India and Japan can align their policies, okay? So in this article, they have talked about that, the partnership between India and Japan is going to focus on 5 key areas. What are the 5 key areas? One of the areas, semiconductor design, manufacturing, equipment research, establishing resilience in the semiconductor supply chain, and talent development. So these are the 5 areas in which, the industry in India is going to partner with the industries in Japan. And Japan, as I already discussed, is one of the most developed countries when it comes to semiconductor industry. So they have, very developed semiconductor industry over there, and India is aspiring to do it. And recently, the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, he has held let's say, Semicon India Conclave. What he has held? He has held Semicon India Conclave. And that Semicon India Conclave is for, let's say, promoting the, let's say, Indian industry, right, for doing manufacturing in semiconductor and its related components. And the government of India has also invited very many multinational companies to participate in Indian economy for doing for doing research and development and also manufacturing activity related to semiconductor. So in this article, the author has talked about that how the semiconductor fabrication plants, right, how semiconductor fabrication plants are increasing in number in India. It is because of it is because of enabling policy frameworks in India, that is, let's say, allowing different countries, right, allowing industries from different countries to participate in Indian economy and do, right, activities related to manufacturing, okay? So in this article, they have discussed about those areas where these countries can partner. And apart from this, the government of India has also, government of India means they have referred to it as New Delhi. So government of India has recently partnered, right? They have agreed to sign an agreement with the Georgia Tech University of the United States of America, okay? So in United States of America, there is a university which is known as Georgia Tech University. So government of India is signing, right, an agreement with this university, and this is going to help the government of India in some kind of research and development. And there is an organization which is known as Micron Technology, okay, and Applied Materials. So they are also going to set up a manufacturing hub of semiconductor in India. So that will boost India's productivity in this area, okay? And they have also talked about that, how it is going to assist India in further areas. For example, they have talked about that both agreements indicate the confidence placed in India by the two Quad countries. The Quad countries like that has India, Japan, Australia and US. Okay, so United States of America is already a good partner for India, and now Japan has come forward to assist and support India in building its semiconductor industry. Right. So with this, we will move to the next topic now. And before that, we are going to see some questions related to this topic. All right, so let's discuss some questions related to this topic. So this is one of the question for the prelims exam. We are going to solve this question. It says, with reference to CHIPS 2 startup program, consider the following statements. Okay, it is CHIPS 2 startup program. So soon after the government of India has had Semicon India conclave, there was a, let's say, announcement, right, for starting up the CHIPS 2 startup program. Okay, so it is related to that. It says it aims to train specialized manpower in embedded design domain of semiconductor. This is right. MSME cannot participate in the program. This statement is wrong. Especially government of India is focusing towards MSMEs, okay, so that they can also participate in this program, in semiconductor manufacturing program, right? The third, it promotes industry-led research and development. This is also right. So how many of the above statements are right? Only two, which is option B will be the right answer. Then we have a question for the mains exam. It says, what is the importance of semiconductor in the present world? Okay, what is the importance of semiconductor in the present world? Discuss the strategic alliances and technological synergy between India and Japan. So this is again a topic which is related to, let's say, science and technology and also international relations. So this is going to be a good question. You need to write an answer to this question and share your answer with us. We are going to evaluate and share the evaluated copy back to you. So with this, we have another topic. You can go through these explanation in your free time, right? So we have included the explanation also. Now we have another topic. This topic says the issue is not about India's GDP, but it's JDP. Okay, GDP, we know GDP stands for gross domestic product, and JDP stands for, right, jobs data product. The author has said JDP stands for job data product. So in this article, the author has discussed about how India's India's economy is growing or not growing, right? So the author said that participating in the debate on the no confidence motion in Parliament last week, Union Minister Nirmala Sitharaman waxed eloquent about India's gross domestic product. So the author is saying that recently the Finance Minister of India has boosted, right, that Indian economy is growing at a double-digit rate. If Indian economy is growing at a double-digit rate, job creation will go up. If an economy is growing holistically, so job creation should also go up. The author says that job creation is not going up, it is actually going down. So that's why more number of people are now asking for, right? More number of people are now asking for jobs under Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, which is known as MG Narega. So when people are ready to do job, right, ready to do job during sunny days, do manual job, it means these people do not have job. These people are seeking some kind of job, right? So the author says over here that since people do not have job, even unskilled people do not have job, in that case, right, in that case, that's why they are seeking this job. So it should be taken as a reflection, right, by the finance minister that Indian economy is not actually doing good, right? And the author has also highlighted that the Prime Minister of India talks about that we want to achieve, right? We want to achieve 15% growth. We want to achieve $5 trillion economy. Okay, we want to achieve $5 trillion economy, and they have said we want to achieve it very soon. However, the author says India is not in a path to achieve this by the year that we have targeted. And the author says that now the government of India is focusing towards semicon, semicon India, means boosting the semiconductor productivity in India. However, this author suggests an alternative plan. What is that alternative plan? The author says, like, we can give more focus on developing the mines and minerals bill. I mean, like, recently the mines and minerals, let's say there was an act, and that act has been amended, and after then the mines and mineral related thing, okay, so government of India has come up with this Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Amendment Bill 2023. So author says that this particular bill, I mean, like, this particular bill gives boost to the private sector, and if government gives more thrust, so more number of people will be finding job, more number of people who are, let's say, less educated, who are less skilled, so they will be able to do manual job in these industries, in mining industries, and it will not only boost Indian economy, but it will also give jobs to the people. So the author gives this idea that, like, we should focus more on this particular thing. So author has discussed many things related to it. Author has discussed that these jobs will be taken up by people of other backward caste, or like people from scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, so they will be uplifted, okay. So that's the thing. The author totally criticizes the let's say, like, the economic potential, totally criticizes the central government's, let's say, standing towards a stable economy, because the economy is declining, right? So that's the thing. So what you need to do is, like, you need to read this article in your free time, and you need to understand, right, what the author wants to say. Here they have, the author has also mentioned that Finance Minister of India has recently convened a Chintan Shivir, okay, which is known as thought workshop of all top economic officials, apparently to discuss ideas for a high GDP growth rate. And the author says, like, this is not the time that we should focus on high GDP growth rate, because GDP growth rate does not reflect the real picture of the economy. The author says we need to focus more on job data product, means, like, we need to come up with data that talks about how much jobs we have created, right? And, like, what is the potential of creating more jobs. So the author is more inclined towards focusing on creation of jobs for people. All right, so this is the thing. So with this, we will again take another topic quickly. Now let's solve this question. It says, with reference to spatial drawing rights, right? With reference to spatial drawing rights, see, like, in the previous article there was a mention of International Monetary Fund, so that's why we have included a question on this, right? So it says, with reference to spatial drawing rights, consider the following statements. They have given 3 statements. One of the statements says it is an international reserve asset created by the World Bank, okay. This is wrong, because, like, it is created by International Monetary Fund. Which organization? IMF. Second, it says private entities can hold SDRs, okay. So private entities cannot hold SDRs. SDRs can be held by sovereign entities, by governments of different countries. And it says it is a kind of currency. Again, this is not a kind of currency, okay. This is not a kind of currency. So none of these statements are correct. Answer would be option D, okay. Option D will be the right answer in our case. So with this, we will see the solution. Option D is the right answer. We have, let's say, included the explanation to this. You can go through it in your free time. Then now let us talk about this topic. This is a topic from Science and Technology. Which area? This topic is from Science and Technology. So let's discuss about this. It says Chandrayaan-3 lander successfully undergoes deboosting, says ISRO. So we all know that Indian Space Research Organization has launched Chandrayaan-3 mission on 14th of July 2023. And after launching, the Indian Space Research Organization has done multiple maneuvers in this mission. Maneuvers means it has changed the trajectory so that Chandrayaan can reach to moon. It has already reached moon, and after reaching moon, right, what they have done, they have, let's say, separated the propulsion module and the lander module. So lander module and propulsion module has been separated yesterday, and now they have done deboosting, right, of the lander module, okay. The lander module has been deboosted, and after deboosting, the lander module trajectory, I mean, like, its orbit has come down, okay. It has come down. It has come to 113 into 157 kilometer orbit. So it has reached there. It is very near to the surface of the moon. From here, like, the ISRO has already captured 3 videos. They have released one video earlier on 6th of August. now they have released 2 further videos like that were taken by the lander module itself, cameras that are located on the lander module. So they have shared these images so that like the world at large gets to know how the moon looks like, okay, from the Chandrayaan. These are the images that were taken from the Chandrayaan. So this lander and rover module, inside the lander there is a rover module. So this rover module will land on the surface of the moon. It's going to rove around on the surface of the moon. It's going to do in situ chemical analysis, right, of the components or minerals on the moon. And after then it is going to share data with us. So this lander and rover module has a lifetime of 14 days, okay, 14 Earth days, which is known as 1 lunar day, okay. It has a lifetime of 14 Earth days. So that's the thing. So with this, we will quickly move to the next topic, right? So now we have another topic. It says no SC stay on publication, okay, no Supreme Court stay on publication of Bihar Caste survey data. So recently what has happened, last year, the state government of Bihar has decided to conduct a caste-based survey there, okay. So for that they have released a notification on 6th of June 2022. They have released a notification that they want to do a caste-based survey in Bihar, and on August 1, what has happened means like they have done the caste-based survey. They were about to release the data. However, it was challenged in the Patna High Court, and the Patna High Court has, let's say, heard both the parties, and Patna High Court has decided that, like, you know, the state government of Bihar can release this caste-based data. After then the parties, they have, let's say, reached to the Supreme Court, and they have said, asked the Supreme Court to put an stay on this order of the Patna High Court. The Supreme Court of India has also, let's say, done an analysis by hearing both the parties, and they have said that the Supreme Court of India is not going to stay the order, because like the Bihar government already has an order or verdict given in their favor from the Patna High Court. So they have allowed this particular data to be released by the Bihar government, okay, so to be released by the Bihar government. So what was the contention of the people who were opposing this particular move? They said that the Bihar government does not have an authority, because the authority to conduct a census for India lies with the central government. They say that it lies with the central government. That's why they say that the Bihar government do not have an authority. So that's why they have approached the Supreme Court of India. However, Supreme Court did not stay this order, okay. So with this, like, we have another topic. This topic is again important. It says material consideration, okay. So recently what has happened, there was a group, right? There was a group which was based in South Korea, okay. This group was based in South Korea. This South Korean group has, let's say, claimed that they have identified a material, okay, and they named that material as LK99, okay, LK99. So they said that they have identified a material which is LK99, which acts as superconductor, okay, which acts as superconductor, which acts as superconductor at room temperature, okay. So it says it acts as a superconductor at room temperature and at ambient pressure, okay, and at ambient pressure, temperature, okay. So I have just written this. However, for this they have released a pre-printed, let's say, note, pre-printed research paper. So that pre-printed research paper, let's say, was analyzed by many people across the world, and they have identified that, it actually deviates from what is being claimed, okay. So in this article they have said that this is not actually found, means like this claim is false, this claim does not hold the ground, okay. So this is what they have said, and that's why we need to remember the name. This name is LK99. So this is a superconductor. They have claimed that this is a superconductor, okay. So related to this data, here they have talked about, what can be the superconductor and all. So this is the thing. Now we have another topic. This topic says criminal law bills sent to Committee on Home Affairs. So recently the central government of India has come up with 3 bills. One of the bill is known as Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. So this Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita is about to replace the Indian Penal Code 1860. Okay, it is going to replace Indian Penal Code 1860. Apart from this, they have also come up with Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita. So which is going to replace the Criminal Procedure Code of 1898. Apart from this, they have come up with another bill which is known as Bharatiya Sakshya Bill, which is going to replace the Indian Evidence Act. Okay, so these 3 bills have been introduced by Home Minister in the Lok Sabha. It is just introduced by the Home Minister in the Lok Sabha. However, this bill has been sent to the select committee. This has been sent to a committee to examine various pros and cons of this bill. And after the select committee does an analysis on this bill, they may allow it to be, let's say, get it passed or introduced in the house. Okay, so here they have mentioned about, let's say, that this Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, it is going to do lot of amendments, lot of changes in the existing Indian Penal Code. They have even changed the name of the act. They have meddled with some of the provisions. Okay, they have defined some new crimes. For example, they have defined what is terrorism, they have defined what is organized crime, they have defined let's say what is cow vigilantism and all, they have defined hate speech. So they have defined all of it. So it is in our, let's say, ongoing stage. As of now, these 3 bills have not been passed from both the houses. It is just introduced. So there will be time that, in future there will be discussion in the parliament. It may get passed or it may not get passed. Along with this, we have another topic. It is Himachal Pradesh government declares incessant rain as a state calamity. So the state of Himachal Pradesh has witnessed many natural calamities that includes let's say landslide, it includes rainfall, heavy rainfall, and they have identified that around 330 people have been killed and more than 12,000 houses got damaged. So that's why the state government of Bihar has decided, Himachal Pradesh has decided to let's say include these things as natural calamity, as, let's say, like disasters for the state. Okay, so they have just taken this decision of defining this, right? So this is a step towards disaster management. We can consider this to be a step towards disaster management by the state. So with this, we have a question. It says, discuss the factors contributing to the frequent flash floods in Himachal Pradesh. Examine the impact of climate change on development of the region. So you need to write an answer to this question in about 150 words. So here you need to write down the factors that contribute to the frequent flash floods in the state of Himachal Pradesh. Examine the impact of climate change on development of the region. Okay, so now we have few short topics. This is one of the short topic. It says RBI tells lenders not to levy penal interest on borrowers. So RBI is the Reserve Bank of India. It is the Central Bank of India which regulates the banking sector in India. It regulates the public sector banks, private sector banks, non-banking financial companies, etc. So these banks or non-banking financial companies, they act as lenders. They lend money to the borrowers. So when borrowers default from repaying that money, so in that case, these banks apply some fines. They apply some charges on the borrowers. So these charges are for bringing discipline among the borrowers so that they repay their amount on a timely basis. However, it has been noticed by the Reserve Bank of India that this is being used, this particular tool is being used by these lenders for making more profit over and above the profit that they make on interest payment. Okay, so that's why the Reserve Bank of India has said that the lender should not levy penal interest rate. Okay, they should not levy penal interest rate, all right, on borrowers. So this is the thing. So this is a short topic. So it's just an ongoing topic related to economy. With this, we have another topic. It says signs of revival amid trade slumps. Okay, so this topic is related to, let's say, trade that India does with other countries. Recently, it has been noticed that the exports in goods and services has gone down. Okay, the export that India was making, it has gone down, and the imports have surged, means like import has increased. So what has happened, like it is leading to some kind of deficit, means the trade is, let's say value of trade is going down. Okay, so related to this, this article has been written. So it says India has recorded a 14% and 8.4% year-on-year rise in the import of machinery and machine tools. Means machinery and machine tools import, it has gone up, right? Then core exports and imports fell by much less than the overall dip in foreign trade. Okay, so there has been a dip in foreign trade, so that's why they have mentioned. So the thing is, if we do more exports, okay, if we do more exports, it leads to growth. Okay, it leads to kind of profit. If we do more imports, in that case, like we need to pay bill for like, you know, if we do more imports, we need to pay bill. Okay, so export should be in surplus. This is the ideal situation. We need to do more export and we need to do more import. However, what is happening, like we are doing imports more, export is going down. Okay, so this is a worrying trend for the Indian economy. So related to this, this article has been written. Then there is another question, this question. It says, with reference to the gross domestic product, consider the following statements. Okay, it says the growth rate of GDP had been declining annually since 2015 and 16. Recently, there was an article that was published by Mr. Subramaniam Swamy. So he has mentioned this particular thing in that article. So this is correct. Okay, so he is an economist also. The second statement, it says increase in the nominal GDP led to increase in the GDP deflator. Okay, so this is also right. So both these statements are right. For this, like we have included the explanation in detail, right? You can go through the explanation. So this is the explanation. Here we have discussed what is gross domestic product, how do we calculate gross domestic product, so that formula is given, and also we have discussed about what is GDP deflator. Okay, so the definition is given. Now we have one more topic. It says hate speech will be prosecuted equally no matter the faith. So recently some people have approached the Supreme Court of India by saying that, like, you know, some of the factions in Kerala, they have raised slogan, and in that slogan they have said death to Hindus, means it is a kind of hate speech. So there the Supreme Court, like, you know, the bench of the Supreme Court has said, no matter which side, you know, does hate speech, it is going to prosecute them equally. Okay, no matter like which faith, like, you know, people from which faith does hate speech, it is going to prosecute them equally. So this is related to that thing. So hate speech can happen for inflaring the violence, communal violence, mob lynching, etc. So Supreme Court of India has said that, like, it is going to take you know, same action for all. Then this is another topic. It is Supreme Court reserves order on whether children from invalid marriages can inherit ancestral property. Okay, so here this topic is related to the Hindu Marriage Act. Okay, it is related to Hindu Marriage Act. This topic is related to Hindu Marriage Act. So in Hindu Marriage Act, what happens, like some of the marriages are valid, legally valid. However, some of the marriages may not be legally valid. Out of both the marriages, right, if it is valid or not, if it is valid or not legally valid, in that case, like, you know, there have been some cases where the children, right, like, you know, who should be inheriting the property, right, so they were not given the property. So that's why this case has reached the Supreme Court of India, and Supreme Court of India has examined. It has said that, like, you know, the child is innocent one, right, whether he comes from a valid marriage or not. In that case, he will be having the right, he or she will be having the right to inherit the property of the parents, right, or ancestral property of the parents. Okay, so this is related to that article. Here the Supreme Court bench has taken a, let's say, this thing. It is still going on. They have not given final verdict. So like this particular bench also had the Chief Justice of India, Justice D.Y. Chandrachud. So that's all for the day. Thank you so much everyone for attending today's session. I hope you have a good day ahead. Thank you.